Hello and welcome to another episode on our Panda Express run here in Hutan Pantai. As you can see, our barley fields are ready for harvest. It says 80% yield bonus. I believe 15% of that is because we didn't get the lime on there. As you know, if you've been watching the series, we've been having some issues with that. Hopefully today we can test after we harvest and see if we can get it applied. I think the other percentage is for rolling. But yeah, I think we're going to be okay with it for this month. It should be plenty for our chickens and should be no problem at all. So we're going to go ahead and get those harvesting. Before we do, we have our first rice rolls from our mini production here. Rice bags, rice rolls, whatever you want to call them. So that's exciting. We've got that going. Got some eggs, obviously. Rice saplings like crazy. Might get some of those sold. We'll see. And then we've got our oyster mushrooms over here. So, got lots going on. Lots of fun stuff. As you can see, we only have $15,000. Which is a little bit less than last time. I did get the landscaping to work here, finally. So it looks much better, very smooth. So that's exciting. Anyways, let's go ahead and get our harvester leased. Obviously, we can't buy one, so we'll lease this year and see what happens. Here we are at the harvesters. I think we are going to probably just end up getting this cheapest one because to lease that is still $5,000. So since we're tight on money, I think this is exactly what we're going to use, which is no problem at all. They're not big fields, so we'll get those. We'll get the header leased as well, which is going to cost us another $1,000. So getting low on the money, $8,000. But like I said, we can kind of sell those rice saplings at any time. The price variation is not super big, so I don't think it would really hurt us to sell them whenever we need the money. So that should be a little bit of cash if we get in a tight spot. Why is this not attaching? There we go. Alright, so I'll get this driven back to the farm and we'll get harvesting. Alright, we have pulled up to the first field here. Let's go ahead and unfold the harvester. Okay, lower the header and let's get our guided steering set up here. 2 headlands, that's probably fine. Yeah, let's do that. So now if we pull up here, there we go. Start our harvester and lock in. This is actually the first time I've used a regular grain harvester on this playthrough so far. Actually, on any of my playthroughs. That's kind of cool. Now we are dropping straw. We don't have any way to pick that up, but that's alright. We'll figure it out. Okay. Back up here. Lock back in. Very cool. Very smooth. I'll get these headlands done probably, and then I will probably hand it off to an AI worker so that I can follow behind and unload the harvester as it gets fuller. We do already have a trailer, which is nice. We don't have to buy anything. So this should be straight profit. Obviously, we'll keep some for the chicken feed, but then we'll have to decide if we want to sell the rest or put it into a production facility or what we want to do exactly. But at any rate, we'll get this field done and that field over there and see where that puts us. We are finishing up the first headland here and we have 28%. Cool, so we'll get a decent amount of the field done before we get full. Wow, that was hard for me to say. as you can see from the time lapse, we did manage to get that whole field and part of this field done before we got full. So we'll go ahead and get this unloaded. So we're not getting a ton of barley, but that's alright. Like I said, it's plenty for our chickens. And we'll just have to figure out what we want to do with the rest. But I'll go ahead and get this guy unloaded and get it finished up, and I will get back with you once we are done with this field. And there we go. We have finished the harvest here. So we'll go ahead and get this emptied out. And we did go ahead and start our cultivating while we were harvesting. So we should be able to get that finished pretty quickly. And then we are going to try to test the lime once again. Hopefully we have better results this time. But let's see how much we got total here. As you can see in the upper right hand corner, it shows you how much is in the trailer. So it looks like we're nearing that 10,000 liters. We did get 10,000. Sweet. That's a good number. So let's go ahead and get this harvester returned before we get charged more for our lease. Let's come in here. So we want the Massey Ferguson. Return. And the Massey Ferguson header. Return. And there we go. Harvest is complete. Did not take very long at all. How are you doing? Okay, you started with the inside passes, which is fine. It's not how I normally do it, but you know what? To each their own. Alright, well, I'll let this guy finish up cultivating this field, and then I'll get back with you when we're testing the lime theory. Alright, our first field is finally cultivated. Now let's get this driven up here, but before I start cultivating our second field, I want to test the lime and see if we finally figured it out. I've got high hopes, but would not be surprised if I'm still wrong. Alright, that is all the lime we have at the moment. And now is the moment of truth. Come on, please work. It's working! Finally! Oh, it's been so long. Oh, I'm so happy. It is interesting that they have changed it from Farming Simulator 22 to where you have to do it before there's plants on the field. The only thing I will say is I always played with precision farming, so maybe that's why I was able to, but I don't think so. I think in Farming Simulator 22 you could apply lime whenever you wanted to, so it's good to know that you have to do it before you do your planting, and now we finally do know. So we can get our fields properly limed, fertilized, and get the best yield that we can without doing rolling or mulching, because it doesn't make sense. It takes too long, takes too much money to get not enough return of investment. So we won't be doing that. But there we go. We have got lime on our field for the first time. Well, we'll go ahead and get this parked then, right here, and get this field cultivated and get it limed as well. Alright, there is our second field all cultivated. We'll get this sucker parked and get to work on liming that field for the first time. I'm very, very happy that we finally figured this out. Alright, get you unfolded, and let's see how wide this is. Will it get all of it? Pretty close. If I did it perfectly, it might get all of it in one stretch there, but obviously it widens out here, so make a couple passes anyways, but still should go very quickly. It's the first pass. And activate. Yeah, get it all in 2 passes. Nice and quick. And then I think we'll just go ahead and dump whatever we can as far as the barley into the chicken feed. and then dump the rest into the silo, and I think we'll be ready to go to the next month unless we wanted to sell some stuff. Let me get the barley situated, and then we'll look at some prices and see if there's anything we want to sell right now. Okay, let's see how much the chickens take real quick. Okay, about 2,000 to 3,000, not too bad. Now let's make sure there's nothing in this production facility that we want. I think we'd have to turn it into flour before we can put it in here for anything. Let's just make sure. Yeah, so here you can see the incoming materials, and the only thing that we could do is turn it into flour, like I said, and then we could use it for different things, but we don't have the flour facility yet, so we'll go ahead and just dump this into our silo and then check those prices like we talked about. Get you dumping, and let's see what our prices are looking like. Alright, so we got barley here, which sells best in December. Right now we're in June, so definitely don't want to be selling that at the moment. Let's see, what else do we have? We've got oyster mushrooms, which sell best in January, so don't want to be selling those right now. And then I guess the only other thing, like we have honey and eggs, but not very much right now, so we'll probably just hold on to those. We only have one pallet of rice rolls, so we'll hold on to those. But then the rice saplings, let's look at those. Okay, so the low is 5,900 and the high is 6,067. So barely over $100 difference right now. And actually right now they're selling for, well, they're selling for a little bit less than that, but it doesn't swing very much. So do we want to sell it now? Probably not. What we're going to do is we're going to wait until we get to the next thing that we have to do, which would be planting either our rice, or no, we already planted our rice, but planting our barley again, I guess, would be the next thing we have to spend money on. So we'll wait till then, and then we'll decide if we want to sell some stuff. So that being said, I'll clean up the farm a little bit, just move some pallets around, and then we will fast forward to July. Alright, I was just about to fast forward, and then I remembered something very important. We are supposed to keep this watered for 2 months after we plant it, so we need to flood these. Water level too low. Flood the field to avoid crop damage. I'm glad that they say that, because it's something we can check, and then we'll know exactly how long they need to stay watered. I know it said 2 months, but this is just an easy way to remember, or just an easy way to see without having to remember exactly when you planted or whatever. So we'll get these flooded, and then we will fast forward. I assume you could fast forward while they're flooding. Just to be safe, I'm gonna wait until they're done flooding, and then we'll go to July. While I'm waiting for those to flood, I'll go ahead and get these topped off and get my tank filled up again. That way we're good to go for the next few months. Okay, that took like nothing. Maybe this won't be as much of a project as I thought it would be. I might have done these at the beginning of this month. I can't remember. Yeah, they took a little bit. Alright, we'll get it topped off just to be safe. Or just because, why not, right? But after that, should be good to go. You know, we went into the rice saplings greenhouse at the beginning, but I don't think we ever went in here. I assume you can open this. Yeah. Let's go check out our mushrooms. Well, those are interesting looking. Obviously, we only have one type of mushroom going, so it's all the same thing. Huh. That's pretty cool. Yeah, we'll get it shut up again, but thought I'd bring you along to take a peek at it. Alright. Water level 66% no longer says that it's not enough, so I assume that's all that it needs. Make sure all the pumps are off, which I'm sure they are. And then we should be good to go ahead and fast forward. Looks like the rain helped us flood our fields a little bit. Awesome. Alright, let's go ahead and fast forward and get into July. Alright, it is July, and let's go ahead and see. It should say that we need to do it again. Water level too low. Perfect. We'll get these started right away because they take forever. And I'm assuming because they take so long that surely they will fill up if you start them and then fast forward. Otherwise it would be ridiculous. It literally takes like 15 minutes or more for them to fill up, it seems like. So we'll get these going, and then I don't know that we have a lot to do around the farm today. I'll probably we'll go ahead and top off some stuff like our water and oh, we got 2 pallets here. Looks like it can fit 1 more, but maybe we'll empty those out as well. And oh, we do have a full pallet of eggs. Good deal. Making some progress here. Okay, that still took barely anything. They do not take a lot of water. And they produce quite a bit. I feel like if you really wanted to, you could just make a lot of rice sapling greenhouses and make quite a bit of money pretty quickly. We haven't actually sold any of them yet, but it seems like they're pretty profitable. Alright, let's just get this thing topped off, and then yeah, I think I will move 1 pallet of, there we go, 1 pallet of the rice rolls. Oh, I'll probably move both of them, and then we can keep going. Here's one. Should be able to get both of these on the forks at the same time. Let's lower that down, and there we go. And I'll probably just set them over here, kind of out of the way, and that should work just fine. There we go. Alright, anything else we need to do while those are flooding? I mean, our chickens should still be fine. They look like they're all full grown now. Yep, still plenty of food in there. Very cool. And we do have eggs. I think we need some other stuff other than just eggs to do anything here. So let's just take a look. There we go. Now we can see. Peas, green beans. So this one, like I said, you need flour and eggs. Rice flour and eggs. Yeah. So we don't have anything to use those for yet. So we'll either sell them or hold on to them until we do. These fields should be fine. We'll get them fertilized later. Got 1 pallet there. Cool, cool. Alright, well, I'll get these fields flooded, and then we'll fast forward to next month and see if they say that they need watered again or if they'll be good to go at that point. Let's go ahead and test our theory of it flooding as much as it needs to when you fast forward. Alright, it's August. Looks like our yield bonus is still the same, and it does not say that they need watered again. So I believe we've got it set up how we need to for the best we can get, best results we can get. I'm curious why it's 87. I don't know what we've missed. We're 100% fertilized. We didn't lime it, but it didn't say it needed lime. So I'm not sure why it's doing that. It says it's fertilized. Turn that off. Doesn't have weeds, doesn't need lime. Doesn't need rolling. It is mulched. Interesting. Maybe it'll go up later. I'm not sure. At any rate, we've done what we can for these fields. So I don't think we have anything left to do until we are ready to plant, and that will be in September for our barley. And we harvest our rice next month because we planted it in May. Okay, so maybe we'll go ahead and fast forward to the next month and just have this ready for our next episode. All right, it is September. Our fields are ready to harvest and our barley fields are ready to be planted, but we will do that in the next episode. If you did enjoy this episode, please leave a like and make sure you drop a comment to let YouTube know you're interested in the videos. They'll share it with more people. Really helps out the channel. I'm glad we figured out our lime issue today. We got our harvests done, so it was a good episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you are enjoying the series, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm Soy Sauce Farming, and I'll see you in the next one.